Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Okay, it is Monday, and all of our guests today, including Julio Caravatta, are sponsored by Passant Motors. Gas prices driving you crazy at Passant Motors. With your next purchase, get up to a $1,000 gas card. Learn more at PassantMotors.com. Again, that is BASANT Motors.com. This copy, do I have to take control of things and write these things? I think I do.
Sanderson.
Hey. Jazz at Passant Motors wrote that out.
It's excellent.
I proofread it.
No, I think
if you can't read, that's not our problem.
You're the one. Maybe I do need my glasses. I understand there are some people in traffic that are listening to us.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, because you can download the numerous apps we are on. My Tuner, among others. You search up Donnie Dolly. You can
hello
listen
to
the
anybody
show.
who's stuck in traffic today listening to us.
Yeah, people that understand technology would be able to do that.
Well, listen, give me this. I understand it better than him.
Oh, absolutely. You're Tim Cook compared to him.
Elon Musk.
Exactly.
Easy with the ripping on me.
Saturday at BC Place, Lions defeat the Elks 59-15, over 34,000 in attendance. We could go on and on about what happened on Saturday. We did that in the first segment, so let's have somebody else do it. Julio Caravatta joining us now. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you guys?
Good. Did you honestly, Julio, tell the truth?
No.
Did you honestly believe there could be a Saturday night like the one we just witnessed at or in and around BC Place?
Yeah, no, I wanted to believe that it was possible, but I didn't think it was going to turn out like that. You always hope. I think when you've been doing it as long as I have, and you've been you're around the team and you're around the people, most importantly in the front office, that they put a lot of work into that, and the hope is that you can pull it off. A lot of hours, a lot of organizing, and it all starts with Mr. Doman. You need somebody to have a vision. You need somebody, to be able to write the check. And they put a lot of time and energy and money into that, and to see it pay off the way it did, you have to be absolutely thrilled for them. Nobody would have predicted that. Nobody. And so for it to turn out the way it did, I think it's fantastic. It shows that there is interest, and hopefully a whole bunch of those people are going to come back in a couple of weeks and watch another football game in that stadium.
So what has he done? And I don't want to knock Mr. Braley, because the late, great David Braley, he's done so much.
Yeah.
He did so much for this community. But, there have been other owners as well. What does Amar get that maybe other owners haven't?
Well, I just think that, he brings just a wealth of business knowledge. He understands how business works, and he's very, very well connected in this town. And I think that when you have a fresh set of eyes, and I think that was what he did last year when he initially bought the team, he was very much in the background and kind of watched and listened and paid attention, and then clearly came up with a plan on what he wanted to execute. And so, then all that starts, all the planning, all the organizing, all the ideas that come forward, and how you execute all that stuff is, you got to have the right people in the right places. You got to know the right people. And I think that's what he brings. He brings a real young, fresh, he's got a young family himself. I think he sees it, he understands it. And, up to this point, how can you argue about, how it's being executed? And again, you need a couple of things, Donnie. You need to have that vision, and you need to have, the idea of putting it all together. But the second part of that, and probably the 1A and the 1B, is you need the football team to go out and execute, right? You need to be entertaining. You need them to, you could have done all those things and then laid an egg, and it all means nothing.
Yeah.
So now you're generating a little bit of momentum, right? You got exactly what you wanted. You put on a great night of entertainment for everybody, outside the stadium, inside the stadium, and even with the football team. So it's just a home run all the way around.
Nathan Rourke, Julio, let's talk about him. 25 of 28, 3 touchdowns. The first drive, 6 for 6.
Great.
5, just like you couldn't have asked for a better night. I know it's early, and we got to be cautious, but is he the real deal in your eyes, Julio?
I don't want to say I told you so. But everything that I've seen from him over the last year, and a bit has told me that he's going to be very good, guys. I mean, there's a lot of things that I watch from quarterbacks, you know what I mean? And the most important thing is how they react in games. Are they able to go from one read to another read? And, I give you a perfect example in the game, for example. So you look at Nathan and what he was able to do. And you look on the other side, Trey Ford, who's a fantastic athlete, who had a very good career at the University of Waterloo, who's fast, who's all those things. Mm-hmm. He all of a sudden gets into a game, and you could see, he made one read, and then from there, he just started to run around, right? He's trying to use his athleticism, and there's the difference, right, with a young quarterback. But I never saw that from Nathan. Nathan never did that. He always, he is athletic and he's mobile, like you saw what he did running the football. That's right. But that's not his priority, right? His priority is to go through his reads. He's going to go 1 to 2 to 3, and then if it's not there, he's on the move. And that's the difference, and it goes to preparation. It goes to understanding defense and your offense. And I mean, guys, there was a lot of times where that Edmonton defense came free. There was a guy coming off an edge. There was a single defender coming at him, and he knew exactly where to go with the football, and he dumped it. And James Butler, a couple of times you saw him walk into the end zone. That's a quarterback understanding, okay, if you do this, I know where I'm going to go with the football. And that usually comes with a lot of age and experience. And for him to, at this stage of his career, to be able to do that is very, very impressive.
And the other guy that you mentioned right there, James Butler, 4 touchdowns. Man, he was on his game. Yeah.
He looked like a different player.
Yeah.
Rick, he looked like, from what I saw last year, towards the end of the year, I think he started to understand a little bit more. But one of the things we talked to him about in training camp was just his familiarity with the offense and how much more comfortable he felt. And you saw that. You saw a guy that went out there and was just being the athlete that he is, with great vision, with that ability to cut back, that ability to break the first tackle. You can't arm tackle that kid. So, and we talk about all these things offensively, but the most important thing is that offensive line was dynamite. I mean, they were on point the entire game, picking up blitzes, and that's the O-line, that's the running back, that's the quarterback, that's all of that. So very, very impressive.
Is the bye week a disappointment, Julio?
I think it's probably a little bit of a disappointment in the sense that, I think everybody wants to see more. Mm. But, it is what it is. And I think what it does now, too, is hopefully they can build some more hype about the next game. You got Toronto at home. So their ability to maybe, get some more things going on so you get some more people excited like they did. It's I'm probably not ideal. You probably want to play a few more games given how they played and build on that momentum. But it is what it is, and you got to be able to adapt to it.
One more. Edmonton, bad year last year. Are they in trouble?
Well, I think too, like all of us, I knew that Chris Jones, who took over there, and he took over all the personnel and as well. He knows how to build a team, right? He knows what it takes to be a winner in this league. I don't think that he has the pieces that he needs right now to be, I think he's probably going to really. I think he's probably going to try to make some moves to try to, to make his team a little bit better. He's not going to sit around idly and let a season, go by. I know that he's made it pretty clear that I think that Nick Arbuckle, who I thought did a decent job, he likes that mobile quarterback that can move around and make plays with his feet. And I think that's why you saw Trey Ford, but you saw him make some rookie mistakes. So, I think he's going to do a little bit more tweaking. I wouldn't count them out, though. As I said, I've got too much respect for him as a coach. He understands the game and understands what it takes to win. So they're going to hopefully get better because you can't have that in the league. You can't have teams that are going to struggle the entire year. That's not a good look, especially in Edmonton where they've got they're pretty loyal fans there. You don't want to test that. So hopefully they can get it turned around there. It's only 1 week.
We could go on and on about Saturday. It was just a great
Well,
night. Definitely took us back. I know it took you back as well. You've been there for the good and the bad.
Yes, absolutely. And here's the other thing too, is that we have an owner, I think, who understands too, like where he he could have sold more tickets, but didn't want to put that strain on the team, right? Mm-hmm. So, or not on the team. He didn't want to put a strain on the
BC Place. Yeah.
And how many times have you ever seen that? Oh yeah, we can sell more tickets, but then people won't have a good experience, and then they won't come back, right? So his vision and understanding all that stuff is fantastic, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I know the football team, hopefully they're going to continue to grow, but it's going to be fun to see that place rocking a little bit more with more fans in the stands.
Like I said, we could go on and on. Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
You bet, Julio Caravatta.